Hello and welcome back to the next episode of the Warfax C Sharp Let's Play series Uncut. We're currently on the year 2172. We're going to continue where we last left off. We've been playing for 32 years now, which is very cool. I mean, we've really blitzed through these episodes, as I promised. You know, at 6 p.m. every single day, there will be an episode of Uncut. And I do have a few things to announce as well on the guys' channel. New Horizons continuation is going to be delayed a little bit. I need some more time. I've been focusing a lot on this and then also doing other stuff, so do bear with me. But this is why we have this series, so that there's content always out for you guys to watch and keep the channel going. So before we get into today's episode, I want to go over to Aurora Electrons, the great utility. You can find it on the forums. I believe I put the link in one of the episodes when I first showed it off, but it is a great utility. And we're just going to make sure that we've got everything correct and just give a general overview of where we are. So in terms of our production situation, everything's looking great. Got a ton of research on the way. Warning-wise, we have intruders detected in Greenbridge, as we can see, we know. Hostile Xeno race. Got a few low-maintenance vessels, and then we also have a bunch of naval admins without commanders, and then populations without governors, and then, yeah. So we're going to have to... we got a population with free capacity? Right, that's free capacity. I'll have to change that. But what we'll do, we need to assign all our commanders again and sort that out. But yeah, let's get into it then. That's something that I'm going to immediately do. Let me go over here. Commanders, please. Thank you. Make sure we got all our naval admin commands sorted out because those are very important. So we'll do crew training, we'll do fleet admiral for you, we'll do admiral for you, vice admiral for the first naval fleet, commercial and logistics resupply, we'll give you a captain, survey command, you're going to need a rear admiral, there we go, planetary defense command, we'll give this a tactical guy, we need a captain, there we go. Reserve task force, we'll make sure that's a training person. A lot of great trainers in our officer corps. Tactical, do another one. This is what happens every generation. Everyone just dies off, so we have to replace them, which is kind of annoying. But you know, it's whatever. It's whatever. The Naval Border Defense Command. Make sure we got that. Colonial Command. We want logistics for this. Commander for Colonial. Anti-piracy command, naval logistics command, and then station command. Oh, production. There we go. So just reassign everything. Now we need to make sure our governors are correctly assigned. So Earth has a governor, you have a governor, Mars does not have a governor. Let's turn on automated assignment. Luna also needs a governor. You need a governor. And you have a governor, very good. Industry-wise, we have 360 PP, we can make it at a time. Let's try and get to 100 construction factories. I think that would be pretty apt, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to order 80 construction factories to be produced. That'll take quite a long time, but that'll get faster as it goes. Now, last episode, I extended it out because I wanted to get our little survey frigate sorted out. So we have the Blue Jay over here. Now, to actually get its purpose properly assigned and done, I'm going to need to design some buoys. So let's do that. So a buoy is basically just a missile without an engine that will sit in a static point in space and provide a sensor warning to us whenever a fleet passes to or from. So we want no engine. We're going to make sure we have no warhead or fuel because we don't need either. And then we can add in our thermal, geological, thermal, EM, and active sensor. So I'm going to give 2 to here. That increases the reactor as well. So 2, 2. So that gives us 8. 10 million active sensor, thermal sensor detection. Yeah. Because the point of these is that they'll be standing at jump points, essentially. They'll be standing at jump points, and detecting any ships that pass directly through the jump point. And because they're going to be doing this, this will allow us to basically tag anything that's coming through and from. When the enemy warps through, they'll probably destroy the buoy, but I want a thermal, an EM, and an active sensor lock on that ship while it's doing its jump shock, so we know, does it have shields? Are its active sensors on? Is it got a military engine? Does it have a commercial engine? What is the size of the ship? These are all important things that will allow us to better prepare for what we will be facing for. Now, resolution-wise, we can do this. Maximum range versus 50-ton object or larger. While we do 100-ton. I'm thinking we do like a 25. 100 will be 5,000 tons. I think an active resolution sensor 1 would work okay. I mean, 2 million kilometers is plenty of range, considering the fact that they'll jump straight on top of us. So, yeah, I don't think that's really an issue here. Let's just add a little bit more, just so we have something that looks a bit nicer. 7, 6, 1, 6, 3, 6, 2, 6, 2, 3. Oh my god, I sometimes hate trying to get this to match up correctly. 0, 2. There we go. So a 15-ton buoy, 6 MSP, as we can see here, or missile size points. And then we have our buoy. So I'm going to call this the Mark 1 Orion detection buoy. And we will create. There we go. We'll get that research, now we can start constructing those and then have our scout frigate move those around. So let's go over here to this, and I'm going to assign 4 labs to get the detection buoy researched. That'll take us a year. Then I need to go have a look at our scout frigate. Where is that currently positioned? In Groombridge? Yes, I do remember. So it was located here. Now, we noticed that in Groombridge, they kind of had an issue. Yeah, they were moving towards us. So I'm going to give the order to retreat. And instead, I'm going to send it to Struve 2398 to go scout that out for us. So I'm going to unrestrict the system. You are going to go straight back to Earth, and then you're going to go to Struve 2398 immediately. Okay. Make sure you get out of the system. You are not going that fast. That's a problem. It's probably chasing our electromagnetic sensor, correct? Turn actives off. Active off. Okay. They look to not be advancing anymore, but I can't tell. Yeah, so they tracked onto our active sensor there. So I turned the active sensor off, and that turned our thermal sing. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Blue Jay, get out of that. Go as fast as you goddamn can. We detected another ship. The Advance 001. We may barely get out of there. Come on, Blue Jay. Come on, I believe in you, Blue Jay. Run, run, run. I think that's we're slower than them, but we're not that much slower than them. And so that will allow us to probably get out of here. They got 3 hours until we can leave. We're currently 1.2 billion kilometers away. They are slowly catching us, which is terrifying, but okay, we're under 1 billion. Now, they can't chase us because they're precursors once we go through the jump point. The Albany. Communication attempts with hostile Xeno race have stalled. Deposits have resigned. We gained that. Yeah. Communication attempts ain't gonna happen. We detected 8 of these Albany class ships. Okay, we might as well turn the active sensor on because there's literally no other reason to not turn it on. Holy crap. That is a precursor for... Are you kidding me? 25,000 tons, 25,000 tons, 20... That is, what, 8 Albanese, which are 25,000 tons. We have... Holy crap, that's like 100 200,000 tons worth of forces, and they have that high tech? Oh my god, these precursors are not messing around. Not messing around at all. Fuck. It just got spotted, didn't it? Yep, attacked by missiles, penetrating damage 6. Our first scout vessel got murdered. Okay, well, I may have gotten a little bit overzealous, but it's fine. This is why we have build point, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's build another one. Let us build another one. It's totally fine, guys. We may be burning through some build points, but you know what can you do? What can you do when you lose a ship like that? Anyway, let's head to Shoot 2008. Yeah, let's head over there. But yeah, that is unfortunate. So they have an insane amount of forces. That is very, very scary indeed. Missile tech is on the way. Railgun technology, what's happening with that? Did we finish Railgun 40,000? So yeah, we can definitely go for like a frigate. We're going to need to go for a frigate at this bloody rate. So yeah, frigate, Essex class. Let me go for the Aurora 4X calculator. So I want a 5,000 kilometer per second ship, and I want it at 50,000 tons. That gives us a single engine at decent speed. That gives us 3,000 tons to play with. So let's go for that. Yeah, these ships are not as fast as I would realistically want for Ion, but now that we know our enemy has about 5,000 kilometers per second, I want at least as fast as that. So let's go for our engine. We want a size 31 HS. And we want a 1.3 boost on that. Yeah, 1.3 boost. Okay, there we go. Prototype that engine. And then we're going to add that to our design. There we go. We're going to give it, how much armor do you think? I mean, okay, so our Corvette has 3 layers of armor, so I think we'll do 1 armor per 1,000 tons. I think that is pretty good, a pretty good overall rule of thumb. So we'll do 5, so that's 500 tons worth of armor, which is going to be 10% of the ship will be armor. Then I want to add in railguns, so 15 centimeter railguns. This works for me, but we're going to design a new one that's not future prototyped. So yeah, this gives us a 90,000 kilometer range, with a rate of fire of 15 and 300 tons. Not a lot of range, I will admit, but it will do its job, which is the point. So I'm going to give it. So the point is, this is going to be a combat ship, more of a something that will be able to fire back, but it can also support point defense if we really need to. It's just not very ideal for that because of the 15-second recharge rate. So yeah, we'll go with one of these. We'll prototype that. Now these are 300 tons. Last I checked, so 300 tons. So we'll add 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gives us 1,200. We'll do 1,500 tons. That gives us 5 rail guns. At 1,500 tons. So like our frigate has got 5 guns. 140 crew, all that good stuff. I'm going to give it. We don't have main engineering. I need to research more command control stuff. Okay, what do we need now? Engineering spaces wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives us 5 years. That's a bit much, isn't it? Don't you think? We'll go for 2. 2 engineering spaces. I don't need that much, and we'll go for a deployment time of what's the Corvette at? 12 months. So yeah, 12. We'll do a 12-month deployment. And then I need a reactor. I'm going to need an 18 power plant reactor. We can go for a gas-cooled one. Our Corvette's using a gas-cooled one, I believe. Yeah, it is. But we'll go for a frigate-sized one. And I'm also going to outfit. I'm actually going to over-design our power plant a little bit, just so that we have breathing room if we need to. If we need to go further than it. So we'll go for a No, I want the size 2. What about size 2.5? That gives us 19. We'll go for a 3HS. It gives 26 power, so we could theoretically then add on 2 more guns if we wanted to. 150-ton reactor. Okay, that works for me. Then we want to add in active and passive sensors. Yeah, so actives and passives. First, I'm going to need to add that power plant in, and then we also need a beam fire control to fit it correctly. So we'll add that. Really does not give us a lot of room to play with. So range-wise, I want a 4x range power. Yeah, so actually we'll do a 3x. That works enough. And then we'll do a 2.5x. No, a 1.5x. Was it just a 2 times? 1.7. 1.7 works. That's 128 tons. We'll add that for our design. So 128. 5100. There we go. So now it's a workable design, but now we need sensors of some kind and more fuel. And we also probably need more maintenance. That is a concern. But we're not able to fit a lot of this, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to add in another maintenance space, which gives us plenty of MSP. What is so costly? Is it the ion drive? How expensive is this ion drive? Cost 251 gallicite. I see. So we're going to probably need something like that. So 400,000 liters. What was the optimizer saying? How much fuel we need? We need 426,000 liters. Okay. Looks like we're going to have to remove one of the rail guns, which is unfortunate, but I don't see any other way to fit everything else onto this vessel. So I'm going to give this 426,000. And then I'm going to design some sensors. I think we already had some sensors, but I'm going to design some better ones that are more frigate appropriate. So we'll design 2. These are just going to be the basic sensors in case stuff breaks or fails or we need, support or whatever. So I'll do a size 3 active sensor at this much, and then I'll do a size 1 resolution other sensor for detecting missiles that are incoming. Because if we get hit, I want to be able to know about it. So let's add both of those. This is a 25-ton, 150-ton. Sure that's correct. The size 3 HS. Yes, it is correct. Of course it's correct. Why wouldn't it be correct? There we go. That looks good to me. We could probably remove an engineering space and then just add in maintenance storage because that's the real issue here. I don't really care too much about anything else, to be honest. And then we can add a few more spaces as well. I might add in a 0.5-ton electromagnetic sensor if we have that. No, we do not. So I'm going to add in just these small engineering spaces just to make sure the reliability is up. So reliable ship's a good ship. And then we'll add in a fighter. There we go, 5,000 tons, 800 build points. So it's about double the price of the Corvette. Has about the same speed, but has access to railguns. 15cm railguns instead of 10cm railguns. It has about the same amount of them. So that can dish out, what is that? How much damage do these do? I think they do 3 each. So that means that we fire 4 times 4, which is 16 times. 16 times 3, 32. So we do about 48 damage a salvo. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this design. So let's rename it. Yeah, let's rename its components. So class M T 5350 EP503.75 ion drive. There we go. Beam fire control. Mark 1. frigate targeting system. Mark 2 active sensor array. I'm going to put M in there for missiles. Mark 2 active sensor array. And then S for ships. Then I need a gas cooled reactor. Mark 1 frigate reactor. Okay, there we go. That works for me. Then let's grab all the research prototype for these so that we can actually research and then build it. There we go. Let's get frigate. And then let's get railgun. Now I'm going to make another design. I'm going to copy this class and I'm going to remove all of its weapons. So bye-bye. And I'm going to remove all of its weapons and I'm going to remove its sensors. And this is going to be a sensor frigate. The point of a frigate such as this is going to be for long-range detection capabilities with very few actual weapons. So I'm going to remove the frigate reactor and I'm actually going to input on the corvette reactor, the corvette reactor core, which gives us 15 engine power. And instead, I'm going to put on some big sensors. So the S6 had what was that? 300, 600, yeah, about 1,200 tons in weapons, or a good 24% of the ship was weapons. 16% of the ship was armor, interestingly enough. What armor are we using? We're using composite, correct? Yeah, we are using composite armor. Interesting. So it had 1,200, so we're going to do some much bigger sensors for this one. So I want an active sensor, a size, how big can you make these? That's a 1,000-ton sensor. So a size 15 gives us a 114 million kilometer range. This gives us 500 tons, gives us 93 million kilometers of range. A 500-ton sensor. Yeah, that's pretty decent. The S6 has a range of 51 million kilometers at resolution 1. Okay. So we're gonna give it a big active sensor. So we'll go for a 14. We'll go for a size 12 sensor. 102 million kilometers. And so that gives us 100 million kilometer range, which is always nice. So we'll prototype that design, and then I'm going to add in some very powerful EM and thermal sensors. So the EM sensor is going to be this, which gives us a 54.6 million kilometer range with 300-ton sensor. And then the thermal detection will go this, which is going to be a thermal sensor. Now, the Scout frigate, I remember, it had an 88 million kilometer range, but also 2 sensor arrays, which were pretty decent. Could we just repurpose those for use on this ship? Let me have a look. EM detection. No, those are actually much weaker than I initially remember. So we're gonna new class. Flanders works pretty well, to be fair. So Essex Flanders class, rename class Flanders, and then we're gonna add in the sensors. So first off, the first sensors we're gonna need to add is the 102 million kilometer one. There we go. And then the thermal and electromagnetic sensors. Boom, and then boom. There we go. And we have a beam fire control. We don't have any weapons, do we? We can add in some 10-centimeter railguns, I guess, to assist. We don't really need to, but we could. How much is a 10-centimeter? 150. So could we add 2 of them? Yes, we could. and that would provide fire support, some fire support. And I'm going to reset the class. Performance sensors, there's a lot of diminishing returns, but 102 million kilometer range at the front lines. You know, it's got the point of it. I mean, compared to the scout frigate, the reason why I don't have scout frigates because this has no this is an armor rating and also no weapons. But the scout frigate's main purpose is the fact that it is much. It doesn't have the jump drive, so it's allowed to be a lot. To have armor, to have weapons, to have these things that make a scout frigate, but able to stay on the front lines. So we're going to remove some of the fuel from here just to make sure it fits correctly with what we need. And we should hopefully be able to get a bridging design off this as well, so we can build both of them. So yeah, so I did 210 centimeters, just do okay, you know, do some decent work. Yeah, so the Flanders class scout frigate and the Hawk class scout frigate are both very different vessels. Yeah, so now I'm going to research all the components after I rename them. So Mark II Advanced Sensor Array. And then we're going to go for the Thermal Sensor, Advanced TH System. I know my names do not have consistency, but I really don't care. EM Sensor System. There we go. And then we're going to research all of those components. There we go. So we have a frigate and another frigate. I'm going to make another design based off this. This is going to be called, what's the new design? The Kent. I guess Kent works. We're going British provinces, apparently. So the Kent class. No, I don't want to rename the component. I want to rename the class. Kent class. This will be an escort frigate. So escort frigate. And we're going to remove all the railguns, and we're going to add in our railguns, so 100mm railguns here. So that'll generate, what, 16, 24, that gives us 8 railguns on this ship. And this is why we also added in that better reactor, so that we could just swap things in like this. So there we go, we got 100mm point defense cannons. So that gives us 8 over the 5 of this ship, which means that we are able to dispense, you know, what's that, 16, 24. We're able to fire 32 point defense rounds, which have a very high range and rate of fire. Everything looking good there. One thing that I am going to do, though, finally, before we leave and start actually playing the game a little bit more, is I'm going to rename this to 150mm naval cannon, T300, rate of fire 15. There we go. So that's 150mm, or 15 centimeters. And yeah, we can start designing all of these components and getting them sorted out immediately. So these are going to be 5,000 ton. We already have a shipyard for this, but we may need to increase the slipways we add onto it for us. Power and propulsion wise, I'm going to order this to stop and just work on the new engine. Missile and kinetic weapons, we're going to need to order this again to stop and focus on our 15 centimeter railgun. And then sensors and fire controls is going to be very, very busy because I'm going to give it a lot of work here. So I want you to work on getting on our EM and all these sensors. So done, done. And then our thermal sensor, there we go. That's all good. And also beam fire control. Okay, cool. I think we have everything we need from there. Yeah, I don't think we need anything else, which is really nice. So we can actually start incrementing the turn. We spent 25 minutes designing ships, but that's Aurora for you indeed. Okay, so let's start incrementing. Oh, I did 30 days by mistake. That was my bad. That was my bad. I don't usually do 30 days, but a lot happened. The Falcon, I love that name. Lambda Reticuli, so Winch Truth 2398. Turn the events off screen. Actually, we don't need to turn the events, just 5 seconds. There we go. The Falcon. Hopefully you don't die like your sister ship, the Blue Jay. But Blue Jays, you know, they die all the time, right? So we are going to head over to Struve and see what we can find. Thermal detection system, and the M should pick up a signature first. Generally first. I swear that was aliens though. Am I miss? Yeah, that's true. 2008. There were aliens located in this system. Oh, were they on the other planet? They may have been. There is a destroyed outpost here on this first world, but I guess they're on the second world. So I forgot about that. Let's head over to B1 then. That'll take us quite a lot more time. Discover the new jump point. Research facility on Earth needs advising or sorting out. Industry-wise, we're working on that. Research is also going good on Vice as well. Must have detected something by now. Come on. Okay, there we go. So that's 0 kilometers per second. So that's a station in orbit, most likely. I'm going to give it a waypoint to just sit on the edge here. I don't want it to go in because that will get it shot. But I do want it to just pick up sensors. So we have the Armadale class. And yeah, so we have 3 precursor vessels here. Or 3 stations, my bad, stations. All in the 16,000 ton radius. We're able to detect. So this has a sensor signature of some kind. We're not able to detect too many things though. Imminent action. Okay, that's a problem. That means they just opened fire. Head immediately back, please. Oh, for Why did I have to try my luck? Why did I have to try my luck? Okay, I'm gonna get shot for being an incompetent leader because I just lost 2 scout frigates. For no freaking reason. Okay. Well, I'm gonna need one of them, so we're gonna buy another one. And I'm gonna lose this one again. That's an issue. But it's fine. It's fine. Okay, we may have just lost 2 ships for basically no reason and gained very little intelligence on our enemies. Well, actually, we gain quite a bit of intelligence. If we have a look at them, they're obviously hostile. So they're in these 2 systems. They have all of these different ship classes, which I, for the life of me, we can't really determine. But their observed speeds are around 5,300 kilometers per second, which is pretty fast. Known systems, known technology. Yeah, so that's really all we know is how many units. They have a lot of these Albany class. These are 26,000 ton vessels. That's extremely scary, because our biggest vessel is probably going to be about 30,000 tons. So yeah, that's very concerning, indeed. We're going to need a lot of ships if we're going to deal with that. Okay, 15 centimeter railgun just completed. That's good. We'll get you on to getting better missile agility. And then get better warhead strength. Warhead strength is probably the most important one there, to be honest. But yeah, we can continue to increment time back and forth. We completed a electromagnetic sensor. That is good. God, I feel bad for those scout frigates. employing a lot of people, 18.5 million people in the mines. We're getting quite a bit of resources now. We're moving all of that straight off world. Industry is coming along. Yes, we did complete some Cheshires, didn't we? We can actually move those over to Ego, which we are slowly trying to terraform. We need to add more oxygen, but we only have very few terraformers. So, first couple of things I need to do then to manage that is I need to grab my tugs. Alpha Centauri system, Alpha Centauri. Yeah, just drop those into there. And then I'm going to grab the tug group. We're going to go to Alpha Centauri. We're going to go to fleets, track to any ship in the fleet, then head over to Bernard Star, lease them, and then head back to Sol. And then cycle those moves until they're all out. And then we also have another fleet in here. Where is the space station fleet? There we go. We got 2 of them. Track to any human fleet. Head to Bernard Star. Release over that planet, and then head to Sol and refuel. Now, due to the very hostile nature of the galaxy, I'm going to be wanting to make Ego a lovely world for everyone to live on, but also I need to put naval defenses on this planet, and to do that, I'm going to need fuel, maintenance supplies, facilities, refueling stations, all that great stuff. So, we're going to load a maximum of 1 item. A refueling station. We're also going to load a cargo shuttle station. We're going to send them to Ego immediately. We're going to unload all installations and then head back to Sol. Then we're going to start moving over maintenance facilities to get everything moved correctly over so we can support a naval garrison on that world. Something I've also been neglecting as well is my plans are to beat those Rackers, and to beat those Rackers I'm going to need a lot of infantry and ground forces. I do have a significant amount of infantry, but not as much as I would personally want. Now the first step is we're going to make a regimental headquarters for our supply, because right now our infantry have no supply. Units, that is. So, infantry regiment headquarters. And we're going to give it FRA. We're going to add in a single one of these, and then we're going to add in our supplies. So, let's estimate how much we're going to want for this formation to be able to supply the infantry battalions. So, let's say we have 4 battalions per regiment. That means that we will be needing 1,400 GSP every time they need to fully resupply. So, yeah, that's significant. So that times that by 4, we get 5,600 GSP. So let's aim for something like 50,000, because then we would be able to survive. The regiment will be able to support itself for maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. So let's bring the logistics vehicles, the logistics module. So how many of these are we going to need? 10. That gives us 5,000. So we can add 50. That gives us a 12,000. Wait, what am I doing? Why am I adding that to that? That's my bad. Oh, I just deleted that template. Oh, God. Yeah, I might want to fix that one. There we go. Okay, regiment. Now we add these supplies. So we add 50 of these. That gives us size 3,100. That gives us a GSP 25,000. So that gives us 5 rounds of combat fully, or full resupply. Let's go for... Yeah, what about 100? That gives us 6,200 tons. 50,000 maintenance, or not maintenance, but logistics. That could work for us. So that would mean we'd have what, 20,000 tons, 30,000 tons per regiment, I think. So could we do 150? Yes, we could, and I'll fill the rest in with Federalist Guardsmen. We need to reduce that, so 150. 140. Oh god, it's gonna be uneven, isn't it? 9,999. I see. So that gives us 11. Can we add something that can change that? There's a 16 ton thing, right? I'm pretty sure we have a 16 ton thing. No, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So we can just add one of these. Oh my god, why is it always defaulting to that? Why am I defaulting to that? We can remove. Yeah, we can add one of these, and then we can remove one of these. So 132. So that gives us a 10,000 tons. So that means that we'll have a total of 30,000 ton regiments. We'll get those on the way immediately. So ground training. Great work. We should be able to build these regiments. Pretty sure. There we go. And we're going to build 3 of them immediately. And then we can start actually having infantry regiments, which will then we'll need a division command for that. Or a brigade, something like that. So active search sensors, that's good for us. Not much time actually passing this episode. We're already at the 41-minute mark. Jesus Christ. Oh. This is sometimes going to happen with Aurora where we don't do a lot. Anyway, we have got the Orion detection buoy now finished research, which is always lovely. I'm going to continue to put research into missile capacity upgrades because we're going to need it. Now we can start producing them. We do have some ordnance capacity. I'm going to make 20. So those will be done in April. So mines have completed on Earth, and we've completed the Orion detection buoy. Now we can have the Cormorant, the 3rd ship in the goddamn line. Load ordnance, please. Oh yeah, I need to actually assign it to the ship. Don't I? Yep. No, it's got the Orion detection buoys on board. Oh, no, it doesn't. My bad. So we can have 10 of these, or 11 buoys on a ship at once. So load ordnance, please, from Earth. Completed orders. Now we go about the task of deploying all these buoys. So we're going to assign this to a launcher. We're going to head over to the major jump points first. So first off, we're going to do Alpha Centauri. So move to location, then launch ready ordnance for me, please. Cargo Group Delta finished orders. We'll send Cargo Group Delta back out then. So these guys can load, what, 2, 10... There's 10. They can load 20 maintenance facilities at once. So we'll just load and then we will go to Bernard Star, unload all installations, and head back to Sol and refuel. Good. And let's get the... What the hell is our little command? Stationed at jump point 1, Alpha Centauri. Oh, you are. I do see that. Now, our Orion detection buoy is now located here. As you can see, the active range of its search sensor currently detecting things in this radius. I think I did this right. I'm not sure if we should have done resolution 1, but it's a 50 ton or higher. That would be its range. Now, of course, I'm going to want something that will be able to detect on both sides if something's moving in or out. So we're going to do... Or do we really need it on both sides? We may. Because if they come through, we'll know about it. But if they're on the other side, we'll also know about it. I'm going to do both sides for now. We have the buoys to spare. They're very cheap to make. So jump to that. Launch ready ordnance. I then want you to move to this location. And then I want you to launch ready ordnance. Then go through standard transit. Launch ready ordnance. Then get the hell out of there. And then head over to the naval outpost and refuel. Okay. So if we have a look over at Alpha Centauri, we should now have a lovely little detection buoy over this, safeguarding, making sure that everything that's coming through these jump points is correct and proper. Group Beta just finished orders, very, very good. So if we have a look over here, we should now have these Cheshires Bernard Star, providing, terraforming the world slowly. Okay, and then we're gonna drop another buoy. What? Mr. Come on, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I know why. You're waiting, aren't you? Yeah. Jump shock happened, didn't it? Jump shock did happen. Wait, why can't you fire? Fire your buoy off. Is he? You're too scared. Launch ready ordnance, please. Thank you. There we go. And then we're gonna head back into Alpha Centauri. We're gonna go back to Sol. And we're going to go over to Lumen, and we're going to refuel on from Earth, then we're going to go to Lumen, then we're going to launch another buoy. There we go. So now we know if anything's going to come through or out of any of these systems. So we have, if we have a look at our galactic map, which seems to kind of be expanding here, as you can see, this is our current galactic map. The sprawl over here is pretty significant. We now know if anything's going to come through the jump points here or here, and then we will also set them up going to this location around here into our systems. Okay. Let's head to Alpha Centauri. There we go. The command's coming back. Okay, the Martin Frobisher needs new orders. You will get new orders. You can go to that jump point. Completed orders, very good. Come on, you're now going to go through that jump point. Then you're going to fire one towards Sol. Then you're going to go to Bernard Star, and you're going to launch one. Then standard transit through Bernard Star. Then you're going to launch one there. Okay, completed orders. So I'm just going to double check its work, make sure it's done what it said it's done. It hasn't done what it said it's done. I told it to launch ready ordnance, and it doesn't want to launch ready ordnance. I guess the ordnance wasn't ready, quote unquote. The buoy is there though, and we also have the buoy on this side in Alpha Centauri and also on Lumen. That is fine. You can do your job and launch that buoy immediately. Then head over to both of these. So we're going to move to location, launch ready ordnance. How many of these do you have left? 4. Okay, we can do one more then. FOS Potsdam has only 19.45% of its fuel. Where the hell's the Potsdam? What is the Potsdam? Is that a cargo ship? Don't know where or who this Potsdam is, but apparently it hasn't got enough fuel left. Planetary Command? Potsdam. Oh, you. Did I not tell you to refuel? Sol. Okay, go refuel, man. That'll take you 21 days. You should be fine. You'll be fine. Bernard Star, we just finished deploying a buoy at Lambda Reticulii. Lambda Reticulii goes to the other side of the galaxy, so we're gonna drop another buoy as well. What was I looking at there? We're gonna drop another one on the other side, so standard transit. Then I want you to launch one to Bernard Star, if you could please. Have you completed orders correctly? Let's have a look. Yes, you have. So now the command can come back to Bernard Star. You have one more buoy, and we're going to go over to Sirius, move to location, and then launch your ready ordnance, please. Okay, the command has completed her orders, and then we're going to send that back to Sol to immediately begin resupply and refuel. But now we have all of these, a lot of the majority of our jump points now secured on both ends by sensor buoys that will be able to pick up anything that's coming in, out, or anywhere at all. So that is a great success for our scout frigates, besides the ones that blew up. A little bit longer episode, of course, because of all the ship design, but I hope you have enjoyed the episode. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.